Hello friends, welcome to Lura Pharma. Today we are going to talk about classification of colloids. In last video we discussed about dispersion system and its classification. Today's class we discuss about classification of colloids. As we know, the three type of colloids are lyophilic colloids, lyophobic colloids, and association colloids. In that, the lyo means solvent, philic means loving, lyophilic means solvent loving, lyo means solvent, phobic means hating, which means lyophobic means solvent hating. Association colloids, also known as amphiphilic colloids, which means it contain solvent loving properties as well as solvent hating properties. In that, first we are going to discuss about lyophilic colloids. Already I said the particles in a lyophilic system have a greater affinity for the solvent. If water is the dispersing medium, it is often known as a hydrosol or hydrophilic. These are readily solvated, combined chemically or physically with the solvent and dispersed even at high concentration. Example of lyophilic salts include salts of gum, gelatin, starch, protein, and certain polymers in organic solvent. The dispersed phase does not precipitate easily, which means the solvent have the greater affinity, so it completely dissolve the particles, so it does not precipitate easily. If the dispersion medium is separated, the dispersed phase then can be reconstituted by simple mixing with the dispersion medium. Hence these salts are called reversible salts. The prepared simple dissolving, in this method we prepare the colloidal system very easy method. We just mixing the solvent and dispersed phase, then we get the colloidal dispersion. Then only we said it is the reversible salt and lyophilic. So example, dissolution of acacia in water. Next we are going to talk about lyophobic solvent, which means solvent hating system. The particles resist solvation and dispersion in the solvent. The concentration of particle is usually low, very low, less viscid because the very low concentration. These colloids are easily precipitated due to the less attraction on the addition of small amount of electrolytes by heating by shaking. Once precipitated, it is not easy to reconstitute the salt by simple mixing with the dispersion medium. Hence the salts are called irreversible salts. Before that we see in hydrophilic or lyophilic solvent, they are the reversible salts. In lyophobic salts are irreversible salts. Example of lyophobic salts includes salts of metal and their insoluble compound like sulfides and oxides. Example, gold in water. association colloids, also known as amphiphilic colloids, which means it contains solvent loving and solvent hating system. Before that, we have to know about critical micelle concentration, the concentration at which micelle form, which means the solvent containing dispersed phase. Each of the substance having opposite attraction to the solvent. In that, we have to add certain amount of surfactant to reduce the interfacial tension between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. When we add the surfactant, it causes a spherical shape which contains polar head and non-polar tail. In that spherical shape is called micelle, and the concentration at which micelle is formed called critical micelle concentration. There are various shapes are formed which as micelles, non-spherical micelle, vesicle, which contains two layers, next pi layer, next a reverse micelle. The phenomenon of formation can be explained. Below critical micelle concentration, amphiphils are absorbed at the air-water interface. As amphiphil concentration is raised, both the interface and bulk phase become saturated with monomers, which is called critical micelle concentration. Any further amphiphil added in excess, amphiphil aggregated to form a micelles. This is a very good example. First of all, we see the polar head and non-polar tail. We add some amount of surfactant which is form the spherical micelle. Okay, that's all.